My husband disappeared every full moon. Last night I followed him. My name is Claire. I've been married to Daniel for 4 years. He's the kind of man other women dream about. Smart, calm, fiercely protective. But there's one thing I've never understood about him. Every full moon, without fail, he disappears. No calls, no messages, not even a fake excuse like guys' night. He just vanishes. And when he comes back the next morning, he always looks different. Exhausted, sweaty, sometimes bruised. Once I even saw claw marks down his back. I asked, of course. He always brushed it off with a smile. I get restless sometimes. I drive into the woods to think. It's nothing, Claire. But it wasn't nothing. Not when it happened every single month, timed exactly with the moon. Not when I caught him burning his clothes in the backyard once, thinking I was asleep. Last night, something changed in me. I was done pretending. It was 8:42 p.m. when he grabbed his coat. I stood in the hallway, my breath shallow, phone already recording in my pocket. "Going for a drive?" I asked casually. "Yeah," he muttered, not quite meeting my eyes. "Don't wait up." I waited 30 seconds after the front door shut, then followed him. I'd already parked my car down the street earlier. He was fast, too fast. His truck tore through the dark country roads like he knew them by muscle memory. I had to turn my headlights off and keep my distance. The moon hung low and swollen above us, casting the whole forest in silver. After nearly 40 minutes, he pulled into a trail I'd never seen before, some forgotten gravel path that led deeper into the woods. I stopped my car and went the rest of the way on foot. I thought I'd be scared, but what I felt was worse. Adrenaline, the kind that tightens in your stomach and makes every sound sharper, every breath louder. Then I saw the cabin, isolated, crumbling. It looked like it hadn't been lived in for years, but there was his truck, parked beside it like it belonged. I crouched behind a tree, holding my phone like a weapon. My husband walked out of the cabin wearing nothing but a pair of torn jeans. No shirt, no shoes. I thought I saw his back twitching, like something moved under his skin. He dropped to his knees, chest heaving, and then he screamed. It was not a human scream. It was animalistic, raw, guttural, like it was being dragged out of him. His spine arched, his fingers clawed at the dirt, and his body began to twist. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. His bones cracked, loudly. His arms elongated, his mouth stretched into a muzzle, his eyes glowed yellow. Fur exploded from his skin. It was like every werewolf transformation you've seen in movies, but this was real. I felt it in my bones. My husband turned into a monster, right in front of me. I should have run, but I froze. And that's when his head snapped toward me. Even in his creature form, I could see it. He knew I was there. He could smell me. He bolted toward the trees, toward me. I turned and ran blindly, crashing through brush and branches, heart thundering in my ears. But he didn't attack. Instead, he blocked my path, stood on 2 legs, eyes locked on mine, and then he backed away, slowly, as if he didn't want to hurt me, as if some part of him, my Daniel, was still in there. I didn't sleep that night. When I got home, I locked every door and window. I deleted the footage. It felt too dangerous to keep. At 6 a.m., he came back, shirtless, bruised, bloody. He looked at me, eyes heavy. "You followed me," he said quietly. I nodded. He sank to his knees. "I wanted to tell you, but how do you explain something like this?" He told me everything. It started when he was 16, a camping trip gone wrong. He was bitten by something big, something fast. He survived, but the full moons never stopped changing him. He'd tried everything, chains, cages, isolation, but nothing worked. He still hunted, still killed animals. He'd never hurt a person, but he said he was close once. "That's why I leave, Claire," he whispered. "Because I love you, and because I'm dangerous." That was last month. Tonight is another full moon, and this time, I'm not letting him go alone. I've brought a tranquilizer gun, silver darts. I did my research. I'm going to follow him again, but this time, if things go wrong, I won't run, because I'm not afraid anymore. I know the man behind the monster, and I'll fight for him, even if I lose everything. How every full moon since, he'd chained himself in an abandoned barn deep in the forest. The key? Buried under a rock 30 feet away, just in case. "I'd rather starve in those chains than hurt you," he whispered. "I thought if I disappeared, lied about it, you'd stay safe." But now I had followed him. Now I had seen, and that changed everything. For weeks, I didn't sleep. Every sound in the night made me flinch. Every time Carter stepped into a shadow, I remembered the monster. But the monster had cried. It had remembered me, and that terrified me more than anything else, the connection, because now it was mine too. I started dreaming things I couldn't explain, dark forests, glowing eyes, the taste of blood on my tongue. I woke up one night standing barefoot in the backyard, staring at the moon with my head tilted unnaturally high. Something in me was changing. Not physically, not like Carter, but emotionally. I didn't fear him anymore. I feared what I was becoming to stay with him. Then came the night of the next full moon. Carter prepared the chains. He begged me not to come, but I had other plans. This time, I stayed. I didn't hide in the trees. I walked straight into the barn with him. "I'm not leaving," I said. "Not again." He refused. He cried. He screamed. I didn't move. Eventually, with trembling hands, he handed me the key and wrapped the chain around his wrists. The click of the padlock echoed like thunder in the silence, and I watched as the moon rose. This time, the transformation wasn't as violent. It was slower, like he was controlling it. He looked at me once, just once, and this time, he didn't growl. He knelt, not in pain, not in hunger, but in reverence, like he remembered I had stayed. I don't know what that means. I don't know if the curse is loosening or tightening. All I know is, he's still in there, underneath the fur and claws and ancient rage. My husband is still in there, and for some terrifying, unexplainable reason, so am I. 1 week later. They say love conquers all. They don't tell you what it becomes after the war is over. Carter and I started preparing for the next full moon together, not like scared humans, but like a pack. He taught me how to track scents. I taught him how to breathe through panic. We built stronger chains, reinforced the barn, laid out fresh clothes for the morning after. But then something new happened. The night before the full moon, I began to feel it. A tug, a pull in my gut, like something ancient was calling to me. That night, I fell into a deep sleep, and in my dream, I was running, barefoot, through the woods, faster than I'd ever moved before. I wasn't human in that dream. I wasn't afraid, either. I woke up, biting the edge of the mattress, hard enough to draw blood. The next full moon came. Carter transformed, as usual, but he wasn't the only one. I didn't grow claws or fangs, but I felt it. My skin buzzed with power. I unchained him early. He didn't attack me. He nuzzled my shoulder, and then he ran, and I ran with him. They call this a curse. Maybe it is, but I'm starting to think it's something else entirely. A blood memory, a secret we were never meant to forget. Some nights I look at the moon and feel my heart race in sync with its glow. Some nights I wonder if I'm even human anymore. And some nights I know exactly what I am. His, forever, and maybe something more.